Hello everyone, J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more of the letter. Now before we jump into this video, I do want to point out that as you probably noticed, this is a bit of a shorter video today. I am on some time constraints as of recording this video, but I really wanted to get it out to you guys, so here we are. Let's not waste any time, any of the little time that I have left. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? So, for those of you who don't know, we are playing as Hannah now, not Isabella. So, yes. Let me check our journals real quick, see if there's anything new. No, nothing new. Okay. October 21st, Friday. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What's confusing to me is the fact that he's on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later. Where are you going? I'm due to the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I have informed you of this 2 weeks ago. Yes, and might I remind you that I had that stricken off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we're going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough. It's 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule. If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis. And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning. Bollocks! I don't remember doing so. Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps I was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but whose side are you on? Come on, Luke, you promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend. Gordon Benet. Fine. I'm giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I'm going to Cardiff and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear? It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at. I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting. Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong. There's always a Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully? Yes, but Cardiff! Certainly, any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away. Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah? Why must he treat me this way? Ooh, okay. Defend myself or remain silent? I feel like if we defend ourselves, he's gonna get really pissed at us. But at the same time, if we remain silent, then we're just gonna be giving in, right? Like, come on, this dude's an asshole. I'm gonna defend myself. Fuck him. Yes, I am very happy, Luke, because for once in a very long time, we're doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood. And this would be perfect if you stopped acting like a child who needs their nappy change. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum, and you are going to behave during the tour. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply, before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child. Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, your highness? No wine. No wine? Unacceptable. I am already not allowed to do the tasting, and you will deprive me of that simple pleasure? If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me? Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser. Whose side are you on? How many times in one day can you ask that? As many times as I need you, traitor. Alright, let's check a relationship with him. Oh, it's actually gone up because of that. Alright. So I see he likes a woman who can speak for herself. Got it. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. By the time we arrive at the mansion and I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. I mean, we're just looking out for his health, man. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting of a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and, with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly do not disappoint, making this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose Woman, and I saw a few other noticeable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Alright, here we are. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. What's the problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another. Dear me, is Isabel alright? It is apparent with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up. Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance? I am worried, but it will be the best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks just about ready to make a run for it. No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath. And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and put us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well, but the woman refuses, saying she's not one of her clients anyway. That just leaves myself, Rose and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his own. I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. Isabel, my bad. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this house being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now. Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt. She's more likely to hurt someone else, given what just happened. I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up too. That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We'll want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely. I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse. Exactly. Lots of space for guest parties. A lot of room for little ones to run around too. Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us. But you haven't even finished touring the house. Well, we like what we've seen. I'm making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents worked, how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend even just for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this house is nothing to sneeze at. even if she has to split it with the Isabel girl. Do you think we could have horses here? Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I am able to make and willing to give a better offer. A vineyard would be nice, or maybe and we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork. Helicopter pad? I pause. And then there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule, between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been a well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand... Wait, what, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for? Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. As he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and, at the same time, of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Jesus Christ, okay. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. It looks like a bad fake of an Ed Van Munch painting. Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price and we can sign all the paperwork now. I guess, if that's what you want, that won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with oh, it is Isabella. Oh. Okay, so I've been correcting myself incorrectly. If you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to. No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think. Alright. Should I send Marianne in then? Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside of the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'd like to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward. Please do. There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable. We have this project, then. Well, her name is McCullough, right? Of course. Will you be needing anything from us? Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And, if you could tell me when you're available for the meeting so that I can include it in my calendar? Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johannes to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting. A hush falls upon the room at my request. What painting? And, lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression. Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we're simply far too busy to meet up. Or perhaps, maybe I should... Ooh. Alright. So we can free up my schedule or question the need for a meeting. So basically, I'm guessing that we can either say, oh, well, I guess I can actually, find some time, versus, oh, well, we don't really need a meeting. What's the point of the meeting? We'll just leave it all to you. So I definitely want to free up my schedule. I feel like that's definitely the right option here. And it's went up. Nice. That's what we want. But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you. I don't really need another Malden Monday, reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound? Besides, my house is a higher priority over book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day riders could match up with the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the Wright Mansion's great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organise them myself. That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable. Breakfast, then. It's a date. It's really not. Alright, Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. Well, see you then. Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who's even awake at that unholy hour? I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us. So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me nor spared me from his criticism. You've been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary! Oh, that time of year already. He forgot about it last year too. I understand that he's a busy man, but... Is that why you want to buy it? Yes. You don't like it? I do. But I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach. Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea, water that stretched on for miles and miles, as far as the eyes can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there was always sandcastles. The day before we married, I told Luke that I wanted a house on a beach and a dog. And a kid or two. None of those came true, 7 years later. That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical, if you really think about it. I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day. Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we? He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight, as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. Sick and hovering over the loo at 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. A horribly fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench that fills the lavatory. The burning sensation at the back of my throat is no help whatsoever. I can feel another wave of nausea come upon me when the door opens. Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed? I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad. That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Lovely. Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here. I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. The last time I've had a horrible morning retching into a toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I had thrown away months to frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. I didn't even retain any of the connections I had made from that time. Sure, they still know of me, and I still know of them, and we still do business from time to time. But I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans. Teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack. No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting. Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hair even as I cough up more fish. He wipes the vomit from the corner of my mouth and just stares. Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick. Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it? I do wish it would rain. Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets. Maybe. Well, don't laugh. Well, I can't help it if you make that sort of face. He starts chuckling, and soon enough, he's in a fit of laughter. This scene happening next to a loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre, and it nearly makes me start giggling as well. I try to stifle it though as I smack him on the shoulder. I'm not making that face, Luke. Stop laughing, shut up. When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings plagued me. We are just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face, the little things in life. I let myself go because I know that these moments will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have wished with everything I had. Ugh. But if I just knew the terrible things that are to come. I don't know if she's talking in first person here or what. I'll talk from a third person point of view. But even if I just knew the terrible things that were to come for us, I would have wished with everything that I had then and there that the laughter stayed. Alrighty, so I mean that was actually a pretty interesting little bit there. I was really worried that we were gonna have to like play through the length of what Isabella went through, but thankfully it doesn't seem like that's the case. So it looks like Hannah has a bit of a complicated relationship with Luke. It seems like it's a bit back and forth, a little bit toxic even. Luke seems to kind of be very defensive, I guess, and he also seems very childish at times, which makes me think maybe he's just kind of wanting to indulge in those kinds of childish fantasies, right? Oh yeah, let's have a mansion with a helipad, right? So, and also the way she constantly describes him. Oh, he's a moping child. He's complaining like a baby who needs his nappy change, right? That sort of deal. And with Hannah, she's also kind of interesting because she seems to really want like a healthy relationship with Luke. She seems to have at least some level of affection towards him. But obviously her desires for having children, a nice beach house by the sea with a dog, right? She kind of has her own dreams that Luke is not really jumping for. But yeah, so very interesting so far. And the whole thing with, the ghosts in the mirror, right? Kind of a bit of a classic one of, it wasn't a picture, it was a mirror or a window, that kind of deal. But yeah, really interesting stuff, and I'm excited to see. And honestly, I just really want to get back to Isabella because I want to see what ends up happening to her, right? Because the ghost is like physically there in front of her, not just in a reflection or out of the corner of her eye, right? It's right in front of her. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for this time. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video and tell me in the comments section below what you would like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this series or any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when a new one of these videos comes out. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.